Welcome back, everybody,
to another week
of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes Crypto
the Unscripted
Crypto Podcast.
Heyo.
Hey yo.
Yes, sir, that's right. That is right. We're back. We don't have our guest Nello as usual because that guy's a headache, low-key. He's a lot of fun, but always takes these episodes left turn and
Right turn.
Between him and William, I'm always thinking, oh, this is a major liability.
What did I do?
Anyways, we have a fair amount of crypto-related topics for today because we covered zero crypto last episode.
And our episodes have currently been very sparse. Is might be the word.
Sparse, and crypto and lacking crypto content.
Lacking.
So we thought it was evident that we come back and give you guys what you are here for, even though there's sometimes crypto.
Unless you're not
today.
here for that.
Yeah, that's fair. But gotta try to keep it on theme.
We gotta keep it on theme. This is accurate. Where do we just look
a little market recap just to get it going because people want to know what the money's looking like.
Alrighty. Mind you, I have also not looked at this because I have been looking at other things that have taken my time. So, I don't even remember last time we checked this. I assume last time we looked at this chart, we were around here. Which were the lows. We broke below this, election lows. Bounced back up. We currently made a W pattern pushing up towards this giant trend line because I am on the daily time frame. On the weekly, it looks even crazier. So, in theory, we're rejecting here because we've hit it strongly. And if things stay the same, we are in a bear market. This is not our bear market bottom. We still have more room to come down. Right?
Up to where?
Well, Alex, I can't tell the future. I don't know where the bear market decides to take us.
Okay, but you think that there's still downward potential?
I mean, if we're in a bear market, there is 100% downward potential. I mean, we could just look back to the 2020 cycle. I mean, we peaked, we came down here, we bumped against, I believe this is a 200.
Right after a W.
What do you mean? There was no W there.
Hey. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
You don't see it? Okay, if you don't see it, I don't see it.
Okay. But yeah, so we did definitely, if you look at it like this, we created a new downtrend. We were below. Oh, that's what I was going to check real quick because I forgot. This is 50 weekly SMA. So we broke below 50 week. We ranged a bit up here. We popped up, hit it, rejected very hard. Came falling down and bounced around at previous all-time highs. Broke below, ranged, and then we made a move up. Broke above very convincingly last cycle. Broke above the 50-week SMA and started to make her trend up. So as of right now, if we're in the same similar position, which is typical, we would be rejecting at a high of right around 196,000, 95,000, give or take. Right? Because that's more or less where we're rejected down here. Then we just rode the wave down. So if theory holds, we reject off of this because it's a very strong levels and make our way back down. If big ifs, if we were to do that, we break below. We're still trending somewhat down because we haven't done enough significant reclaiming of levels and structure to say we've broken trend. So theoretically, reject here, come down. This would become this would become a support level again if we reject here, and then again back to here. So if bear market is what's true, we can see as low as 60, even as low as 50, which would be the low of this candle, which is what I believe everyone has been saying bear market lows should be, give or take.
The low of which candle?
Of this one.
Of that candle, 48,000.
About 50,000, 48,000. Yeah, give or take. We're currently on a green stretch, so what we can also see is just to put like into pattern, we break above, reject around here because there is resistance, right? There's a cluster of price action that once was. Reject. Ideally, you want to hold this level around here. It would ideally make support, and then you catch a trade there. Up goes back up and would reject around here, and then if we continue to make lower lows, then price would continue to push downwards after it rejects around 96,000.
Yeah. And that's a 200 week moving average.
This is 200. This is 50.
Okay.
Correctamundo. Which the other thing we could see is it does this exact same momentum push, like rejects around here, and instead of rejecting, it breaks above very convincingly, and then we're talking about maybe momentum just takes us back above, but it would probably be a little lower. Where we break above it, it'll be about here, 100K. But then you're facing a really strong price wall of $100,000, so that would be an immediate rejection. So that would just be up in the wind. What happens after if we were to get that close?
And how we do this week? What was the momentum looking like so far?
Pushing up. This is on a weekly. We have been pushing up for the last 4 weeks.
Okay, so April's been looking pretty then.
Yeah. So we're currently in a rejection zone, like all this cluster, plus some downtrend. So like our next move from here, like if you were to take the trade right here, let's say, like your next point of rejection would be somewhere around here. Like so it'll be somewhere around there. If you're to really like stop loss below that. Market is just really shaky right now with Iran and all this. So, but that would be like more or less the expected move. We're right around here. We push up. Like I've said before, boom. It'll be a 22% move, give or take. Like around here would be a rejection. Right below that. That's what we could see.
How's the rest of the market doing? If you've been watching it, or
I have not watched, bro. I haven't looked at charts forever. But if we look at this is what total. So this excludes everything but Bitcoin.
Back in early 2020, like
jump on the news, but this has already happened.
Yeah, this one already happened. But like it's just like throw some money at all the different like AI companies and see which one sticks.
Well, this is not even an AI company.
It is now.
Yeah, but I'm saying unless you had insider knowledge about it, you just or heard whispers or potentially might like it's definitely an unexpected move.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So you lost your favorite shoes now.
Sadly, it looks like I will be losing my favorite shoes.
That's crazy. So, this is a tangent, of course. So, because you brought up recycling, did you know that only about 1% of all recycled products are actually recyclable?
What?
So, if I were to,
I know, I know you said. I know you said. I'm just how. Like that doesn't make sense to me. 1% of all recycled products are recyclable.
yeah, all products that say they're recyclable, only about 1% of them can be used again. The reason for that is because there are a lot of rules and regulations on what can be recycled.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, since this water bottle, like this giant ass water bottle, if I were to go like this water bottle now is contaminated and is no longer recyclable because it's been used by someone.
That makes no sense though, because you could decontaminate something.
Correct. But they choose not to do it because the process is already mad expensive to do.
Mm-hmm.
That extra step is.
So you're saying Coca-Cola's lying when they have those bottles that say this bottle's made of 100% recycled material?
No, they may not. They're just making that.
They're just buying all the recycled material.
Essentially.
They're just like, because 1% is a very small percentage.
Yeah. Well, mind you, I heard this from the dude that made gasoline out of plastic.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Information. I saw him say it on a reel on Instagram, which I found it fascinating. I didn't know it was 1%. I knew like the amount people think we recycle is not true, but I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
and by the way, I regurgitate that information word by word because it was him.
because it's that one
if you
guy.
make plastic into gasoline, I'm allowed to say exactly what you said.
If you use recycled plastic, because plastic is petroleum based,
correct,
or petrol based, and that's where we get oil from, right? So,
yep, yeah, that dude made gasoline out of it.
So it's just recycling plastic back into like something combustible, which is innovative, definitely very cool. But that's only in terms of plastic, because we also have glass, and glass is a recyclable thing, and I don't see why that one would have any little like reason. Like if it's contaminated, sure, so what? If you're gonna use it again as glass, you gotta melt the thing anyways.
But that's the same for plastics though. But you can't. Same goes for paper. You can't use the same paper used to wipe your butt in recycled materials.
Oh yeah, but that's very obvious. But no one's recycling that type of paper.
Well, they're not recycled exactly, but like.
But they're recycled. But okay. But you said your claim was.
Well, not my claim. That's what he said. I'm just
okay.
Word for word what that man said.
Okay, and this is why it's important to fact check people, because the claim was 99% of
the guy who made petroleum.
You fact check everybody. You fact check everybody.
Shut up! You're not fact checking your doctors. We're not doing that.
Yeah, but if your doctor makes
opinions, but you don't fact check them.
Yeah, but if that's what getting second opinions are.
All right, let's Google it.
So, that guy said 99% of all recycled materials doesn't get used.
Correct.
So all the glass just gets thrown away. That does not make sense.
Or that makes it to the 1%.
No. All the glass gets used. That's gonna get used. Will get used. Because, like, they're not just only. It's not 1% of glass that's being recycled is qualified for being recycled. I can assure you that there's more, and that's a gambling man's assurance. But glass is very unlikely to be like contaminated or unqualifiable for being recycled.
Oh. Give me 7 seconds. Let me see if I can find what he said. This This is what happens on this crypto podcast. Did I send it to anyone?
No fact checking. The global glass recycling rate is approximately 21% of total production, with only about 27 million tons of the 130 million tons produced annually being recycled. This is linked to Business Waste and gradeall.com, Recovery Worldwide, businesswaste.co.uk, gpi.org.
But I just want to be clear. You're going to a specific product. I don't.
Well, okay. So then that makes the claim important in the statement, because are you saying all recycled things or just the plastic recycled things? Because if it's all recycled things, if glass is 21% of glass being recycled, then glass has to be like a fraction of like a fraction of a percentage of what's being recycled. If it's 1% and it's including everything.
Yeah. Let me see if I find it. Okay, so it wasn't here. Let's do a quick Google search.
Googly search.
By the way, the guy I saw was his name is Julian Brown.
Julian Brown on Instagram. This is the guy. NatureJab _ He's got 2.9 million followers. Turning plastic into fuel.
Okay, so he was speaking about specifically plastic materials.
Okay. Yeah.
Or at least that's what the AI
I could see that
overview is telling me.
I could see that because there's a lot more plastic waste in general.
Yeah. So this is AI. This is not the video I saw. Just to be clear, but it says about according to the data often highlighted by inventor Julian Brown, less than 9% of plastic waste is actually recycled globally, with about 79 accumulating in landfills of natural environments. Brown recognized for creating Plastolian.
So but like that makes a big difference, because it's not even saying of what's recycled. It's just saying 1% of all plastic is recycled.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
You said. Yeah, the statement was 1% of the recycled glass actually gets recycled.
You said that.
No, dude, that's what you said.
I never said glass, Alex. I didn't say.
Not glass. Material. Plastic.
Yes.
1% of all recycled plastic actually gets used for being recycled.
Uh-huh.
He's, at least based off the AI, said 1% of all plastic material gets recycled.
No. It says less than 9% of plastic waste is actually recycled globally, with about 39% accumulating into landfills. I didn't say 1% anywhere. I said in the video I saw of him, he said 1%.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Well, I do know that there's a lot of plastic waste in general. That much is for sure. But the thing is with the Allbirds, I think they were making like biodegradable plastic made from plant material.
Okay.
And then they're also using like actual sheep wool, stuff like that. I don't know, man. I thought this was a good company. I'm sad to see that they're getting into AI.
Well, the sheep, I mean, they can get sheep wool. It's just how the argument there would be like, how humanely are they getting the sheep wool?
Dude, they're trying to solve the issue of sustainability. You're fighting too many fronts on that one.
I can imagine. Did I see the video on YouTube?
Did you?
I don't know. Yes, found it.
Grade, my environmental science class, they played us a clip of the ocean and the plastic problem, and they talked about how they don't recycle plastic, the oceans are horrible, all this and all that. And in my head, I was thinking, well, I'm not contributing to the ocean plastic because since 5th grade, I have been encouraging my parents to pay for recycling. So I'm like, okay, that's only people that aren't recycling. They're contributing to that. And then at the end of this documentary, they said, oh, by the way, less than 1% of plastic actually gets recycled. So even if you throw it in the recycle bin, you still ended up in the ocean anyway.
Oh, so explain that. Yeah, I recycle all the time too. You said less than 1%
I lost
of
you.
the plastic that gets recycled ends up.
So if you throw 100
I lost him.
in the recycle bin, you're lucky if one gets recycled.
Where does it
Oh no, he lost me.
Landfill.
I'm the one who got reconnected, who got lost.
The issue is in how we do recycling currently. So current plastic
What's going on?
recycling is called mechanical recycling. We're taking like one water bottle and turning it into another water bottle. The issue is it can't be contaminated. It can't be mixed with too many other type of plastics, and it only works on certain types of plastics. Because of course nobody wants to consume a piece of plastic that is like dirty, right? It's not, it needs to be like new, almost virgin again. And so the issue in that lies in the fact that let's take for example a typical water bottle. It has 3 different types of plastic on it. You have the water bottle body itself, that's polyethylene. The wrap is polyethylene, that gives a label, and the cap is polypropylene. That's 3 different types of plastic, and when you're trying to mechanically recycle plastic, you can't just throw that whole water bottle in the ocean.
And then the Europeans want to attach the cap to the bottle, and then they make it unrecyclable. Can you believe it?
Well, that was the video I saw. I regurgitated the wrong information. I said all recycled material is specifically plastics. My fault.
Yeah.
This is why we go onto these tangents to make sure we fix what we said wrong.
Yeah, that he does bring up very solid points though. If I do say so myself. But yeah, there. So like that company turning into AI data center mumbo jumbo.
They're gonna make the problem worse for sustainability.
You know, I don't know what to tell you.
But tell me they're not though. Tell me they did
I don't
not
know
throw
what to tell
away
you.
their entire like whatever they did for last I don't know how long doing sustainability all this and they're like out the window. We need our investors are not happy with our $3 per share.
Right.
price.
Wild.
Insane.
I don't know what they were thinking. No one knows what they were thinking. A lot of people don't know what Allbirds are, to be honest.
Yeah. They IPO'd too soon.
Yeah, probably. I had high hopes for them,
That's good.
but that's just me because at least I
You
tried.
supported the brand. You bought 8 pairs of their shoes.
I bought at least 8 pairs of their shoes.
Alex never wore Nikes or Adidas or any other shoe. He goes Allbirds only.
No, as soon as I found those shoes, I was like, I'm buying only these shoes. Because A, they were cheaper, they're good quality, and they're sustainable. It's like, that's win-win-win. Bought them for other people.
He did. He would gift them.
But all good things must come to an end, apparently.
Alex probably bought like 10 pair of those shoes.
Allbirds, if you're seeing this, run it back. Show me my receipts. And probably not even their best customer because some people be buying shoes like that.
Yeah. I had this news story, and I feel like since I'm already...
I got 2 stories. They're both Bitcoin related. So you let me know.
You want to do those now, or you want to let me say what I was going to say?
That's,
Up to you.
flip a coin?
I could flip a Mexican coin. Work for you?
It's, as long as it's fair, yeah. No, it's not fair. I got an American coin here.
Yo, I'm gonna lie to you. Mexican coins look dope though.
Maybe. Heads or tails?
I'll take
That one's
tails.
fake. That was a counterfeit. It was tails.
Damn. Love to see it. So before we get into the Bitcoin story, since I already derailed the conversation from Bitcoin a bit, my fault.
Nah, I mean, we were talking about stocks, and then I was the one who brought up Allbirds.
Fair. Then I derailed it from there.
Okay, what's up?
So they finally announced the as we mentioned this like a couple weeks back, maybe in a month at this point. Remember we mentioned that Trump lost the Supreme Court case against the all-right tariffs because of the act he used to implement them, and it didn't go through Congress to do so. And they were like, they're gonna have to refund, or they're gonna have to figure out what to do. So it's been announced they have started to refund $160 billion back to the companies
Wow.
who did not try to make products cheaper. They just wrote it off as these are Trump tariffs, and that's why you're paying more
Love to
for
see
the
it. Now
products that they sold to
now,
consumers.
I'm assuming now that the only things that the companies are probably using that for are to like kind of like levy off of like raising their prices more due to the rising price
No, they're not.
of gas. You think they're still gonna keep on raising the prices of products?
When have companies not raised prices of products?
Good point. Good point, William. Welcome to America. This is
Well, that's around the world.
I
I
know,
don't think that's an American thing.
just profit hungry people.
I think all companies are profit hungry, but I think the bigger issue, I think big public corporations are much more profit hungry than like small.
Of course, because they shareholder value, dude. Shareholder value. It's all about the shareholder value.
Yeah, but the reason I brought that up is one, to announce that they're going to start releasing the refunds. Also, if I'm going to say Democrats, because these are people giving pushback apart from other Republicans, I'm going to say the word Democrat. So
You're gonna say the word Democrat
specifically,
because they're the ones putting pushback on giving
on
the
tariffs,
people
I'm sure other people and other companies were
on tariffs in general. Okay.
on tariffs in general, right? Because you and I agreed on tariffs,
Oh hell yeah! I'm all for tariffs.
right? If they're poorly implemented, like we said they were from the beginning, like this isn't the way we would have done it. I didn't even know they were done under that act, and that act has limited powers. But
Well,
whatever.
they're not done under that act.
No, they were, and then they were found like you can't do that. Which,
'Cause-
hey, power to the Supreme Court. They're there to make the tough calls and do this. I do think though, it should have been a thing of like, okay, all this money. Forget the Democrats part; it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I don't want to get more hate than I'm already having in life. So I'm not gonna target one audience. I love you all. The real problem I have with isn't the whole thing of government overreached, right? Affected the people. People paid the cost, right? As we all paid the cost.
Uh-huh.
Companies still profited, but now we're rewarding the companies for profiting.
Because
Ain't
that's the most the government can do without making a more of a mess. Because if the government were to try to give it to all the individual people, do you know how much fraud? Do you know how much fraud there would be?
No fraud. Everyone gets $100 back on their tax returns. All 356.
There's,
Everybody gets money
there's
back.
still going to be fraud.
What? No. It can't be fraud if you're making a blanket check to everyone. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, you'll be surprised how something simple as that
We're
comes out being
We're gonna bring.
overcomplicated by the government.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying there can't be fraud, but I'm
And
saying
then if the government
it's hard to-
overcomplicates things, fraud gets introduced.
But I didn't I made it simpler.
It sounds simple.
It's simpler what they're doing now. That they're creating a base where companies have to apply to then get it. I'm just saying the government gives back the money to the taxpayers. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It's.
I hear you.
It's literally COVID checks. That's all it is.
Do you know how much fraud? Do you know how much fraud there were with the COVID checks?
There was fraud for taking out the PPP loans, not getting blank COVID checks.
Okay.
I'm not even going like there's no applying. There's just like whatever it comes out to per person. That's your total. Here you go.
One and done. That's it. No more.
One and done.
We say you got it. You got it. You say you don't got it. Too bad.
Exactly. Like,
then the people who didn't get it blame it on the government, saying they stole their money.
yeah.
Fraud.
But
On the government side.
But tell me, wouldn't that would upset companies? But fuck them. Let them be upset. They already paid it.
They already made their money too.
And exactly. Check goes back to the people. If it's $100 per person, whatever amount it is, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Simple. Can't get fraud, bro. Fraud is bringing back the dead at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely rough. It's hard to run a government.
Yes. Hard to run a government. Yes.
The bigger, the harder it is.
Yes. It doesn't help when you have humans who are interested in their own self needs in a publicly serving role.
Mm-hmm. But then you just gotta get rid of the humans then.
In government.
Oh wait, this is starting to sound a lot like last episode.
Nope, only in government. AI president.
Replace all government officials with code, and you will
only code,
and you will fix the problem.
Or they'll eliminate us. The AI will do one of the two.
No, I'm not saying AI. I'm just saying code. Just code.
At this point, code's AI. But yeah, man.
I was
upset about that.
Backwards. AI is code.
Fair. I was just upset about that. I'm like, bro, why are you giving the companies more money? Cut a check to the people. Keep it moving.
Call it a day.
Call it a day. I felt like that was the correct thing to do.
But then you see. Here's the thing. Here's probably the reason why that wasn't done. Because if it was cut out to the people, then the opponents of the current candidacy would say, "Oh, he's just trying to buy influence, sending me people money."
So we're talking about the Democrats.
In this particular case, it would be the Democrats, correct?
You're right. So we're gonna give it back to the crooked corporations that just fund whoever they gave the money.
But the leaders of the Democrat Party won't say anything about that because, they're not buying votes. Because they're not buying votes.
What did we talk? Yes, they are.
No, the opponent.
But they are buying votes. You're buying votes to the companies. You're giving them back the money.
Just the companies.
The companies who lobby for things?
Yeah, but you need the votes at the end of the day.
The companies who lobby for things.
So you're saying they should be complaining either way.
I would be yes.
For the tax refund that they requested for.
Yes.
That's funny.
Yes. I mean, also time out. Let's time out for a second. Biden gave a lot of money out to a lot of different people, and he didn't win. Well, he didn't make it. Kamala Harris and Biden gave a lot of money to a lot of different people, and she didn't win. So her vote buying strategy did not work.
What do you mean he didn't make it?
Well, he dropped out the race.
Yeah, because he didn't make the cut.
Well, he chose he was cognitive, he was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Sure. I ain't going with the replace Biden theory. I'm not here for this.
They replaced Biden, dude. They said, "Dog, you're out of here." They said, "You're not winning against this man."
I'm not doing this. Whatever. But yeah, man. If so many people right and left are so to the people, you should just cut the check to the people.
I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. Or just pay off the debt, but that wasn't going to happen either.
No. That's all. That was my gripe with it. I felt like it was bullshit.
Fair, valid gripe.
But,
Valid gripe indeed.
Yeah, man, that's all I had for that.
All right, so I got 2 Bitcoin stories that I do want to cover. So I'm gonna cover them now. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Or whys.
Yeah, there's no need for a why, but we have previously covered Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 360, which has to do with implementing quantum-resistant wallets. Now, there has been a new proposal that's been introduced called Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 361. Wow, shocking. Next number on the list. This has to do with mitigating the threat of quantum attacks because of a new recent Google publishing saying that quantum is coming and it's coming fast. As in, Bitcoin might be susceptible to quantum related attacks by the year 2029. That's 3 years away. Hand is raised. What do you want?
So, I'm no disagreeing with you on this. I just want to add, better question, wouldn't Bitcoin being susceptible to quantum attacks make banking infrastructure and other things also like susceptible?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Anyways, we're not in control of what banks and all those other individuals do. Just as Bitcoin miners are entitled to what they can do to protect the Bitcoin network. And that's what Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 361 is for. It's a post-quantum mitigation strategy for legacy signatures. Essentially, the whole ideology here is lock up the old wallets so that they cannot send coins out of the address. Essentially freezing everyone's Bitcoin if their wallet is associated to a quantum vulnerable address. Yes, question. I expected a question here. Continue. Go for it.
So, I have a Bitcoin wallet. I will be frozen in that Bitcoin wallet then.
If the Bitcoin wallet is susceptible to quantum attacks, yes. Next question. There's plenty of questions, so you're going to have to rapid fire these.
Aren't all current wallets susceptible
Not all.
to quantum attacks?
Not all. Just the ones that use a elliptical curve algorithm. There's some wallets out there that are utilizing.
So how many of these wallets? Okay, so my better question is, how many of these wallets that people have are actually like against quantum attacks versus not? I would assume 88, like 90% are susceptible.
I don't know the exact number, but I can give you one significant number.
Okay, I can work with this.
One significant wallet that is vulnerable to quantum attacks is Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah.
So that one is susceptible to quantum attacks, and that's significant. And why is that significant, William?
Because he holds, I believe, currently still the most amount of Bitcoin in the world.
Yep, he's the number one holder of Bitcoin. Hasn't been moved, but yes, all that Bitcoin can be introduced to the market, and therefore dumping the price because new liquidity.
Again, aren't the majority of wallets though in circulation non-quantum resistance? Like
yes,
Michael Saylor, the second one on the line.
We could say 95%.
Right. So what is
to
there
give a
have to be
number.
like? Yeah, wouldn't there have to be like a grace period for people to switch who can switch?
I'm glad you say that, William. That brings us into the 3 phases of Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 361.
Bro, I am good at this shit sometimes. God damn it.
So there are 3 phases that are associated with this proposal. It's not going to be a straight up freeze of all the assets, point blank, done, deal, like you're stuck.
Because Bitcoiners would kill somebody.
Well, so like here's the thing. Even if you freeze the asset, you're still the owner of it, but you just can't do anything with it. And that's no good. Because that's your money. You should be able to do whatever you need to do with it. But essentially, there's 3 phases. Starting with phase 1 or A phase, there's only going to be a freeze for sending crypto or sending Bitcoin specifically. Sorry, it's not crypto; it's Bitcoin specifically to quantum irresistant to quantum vulnerable wallets. So if you have a wallet that is vulnerable to quantum attacks, you can no longer receive Bitcoin there. You can only send Bitcoin from that wallet, but you can no longer receive it.
From the way you said it, it also sounds like you won't be able to send. You
can't
send, though.
For phase A, you can send out of quantum vulnerable wallets.
But you can't send them to quantum vulnerable, is what
Correct.
The way I interpret it.
You cannot send them to quantum vulnerable wallets, and you cannot receive from, like, if you're a quantum vulnerable Bitcoin wallet, you cannot receive.
Yeah. So
But
we're on the same page. So
Okay.
it works both ways. But you can send out to a quantum resistant wallet.
correct.
Gotcha.
So the idea of phase A is to move Bitcoin to quantum resistant wallets. Phase B, freeze all the Bitcoin that's in quantum vulnerable wallets.
Quantum vulnerable.
Phase C, and this is the part that's super iffy on, like, has the majority of the community on, like, hold on, this idea is insane. Phase C is implementing a zero knowledge check, zero proof check, or zero knowledge check of the secrets to unfreeze crypto quantum vulnerable wallets.
Okay. I need
So-
you to break down phase C
Yeah.
in English.
So essentially, let's say you have a Bitcoin wallet that is vulnerable to quantum attacks, that has been frozen by the Bitcoin network. You cannot send money out of that wallet, because the idea is that if money is being moved, it's likely from a quantum computer and not the actual owner. So phase C is to use what we call a zero knowledge proof, where the owner of the seed phrase, the owner of the wallet that's vulnerable to quantum attacks, will be able to prove that they are indeed the owner of that wallet with the actual seed phrase and not a quantum computer, without actually disclosing the seed phrase.
Okay.
So this is something that is still like a hypothetical that needs to be validated as workable and cannot be manipulated.
We should leave at step 1 and 2.
Well, the thing is with step 2 is that, like, anyone that doesn't move, i.e. Satoshi Nakamoto, will have it frozen, period.
Name of the game.
Satoshi Nakamoto hasn't moved his Bitcoin, which is fine, and he probably won't. But there's other people who have probably been in the game for a while and just haven't moved their Bitcoin.
Nah, that's name of the game.
He says, "Stay up to date, guys."
It's not. No, it's not stay up to date, right? But it's kind of the whole thing of, like, when Render migrated to Sol because it was on ETH, you had an X time period to be able to make that change before you lost that render mobility, and it had to stay on ETH, and then it became much less usable or not usable at all. It's name of the game, right?
I mean, it's up for debate right now what the game is looking like.
Right? Isn't that name of the game, like, you Like if that wasn't the name of the game, we wouldn't make it that you have to remember 24 words. If not, you're screwed out of your life savings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, if you freeze the Bitcoin, then they can't get the access to it, even if they have the 24 words.
Correct.
But they have the 24 words. Why not?
Yeah, and the minute you lose them and you can't find them, what do?
But they have they have the words.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the game we're playing is you are your bank. It's on you to stay up to date. Make sure you keep these 24 words or remember them and never forget them. If not, you're screwed.
So you're saying that the threat of quantum computers is also part of that game.
Yeah, it's a new variable.
If the community decides that freezing the wallets for vulnerable wallets is a requirement to keep the game moving, like you failed one of the rules of the game.
Exactly. It's the name, like the game.
That's a valid argument. It's a very valid argument.
Isn't the name of the game? Isn't this like the game we're playing is all on you, essentially?
Yeah. But what's the purpose of the game?
Isn't the purpose of having a digital asset that's free flowing, fully moving, and protected against most threats or all threats?
So like free flowing, as in like self-sovereign.
Yes.
So
not centralized, not.
So then the concern, one of the counter arguments to your position right now is, if this overarching entity just says you can't move your own money, they're kind of going against one of the fundamental tenets of the game. It's like you have the right. Continue. Go.
Just the only pushback. It's not this fundamental entity. It's a colossal cohort agreeing that this is what we're doing, which is what we signed up to do once you play this game, is it not?
I'm with you 100%. Like I get exactly. I'm not taking a position right now. I'm simply saying that this is the exact argument that the Bitcoin developers are having right now. Because fundamentally, that's what it is. It's people like who I'm representing who's saying, "Nah, you gotta have self-sovereignty. Don't tell me what you can or cannot, what I can or cannot do with my money." But then there's other like people who are playing on your position right now, or the position that you're playing as right now, where it's like we need to protect the system as a whole. So the only way to do that is freeze it. And if you don't keep up and cooperate, then you're the one who's not playing along.
And it's not self-sovereignty. We agreed to when you get into Bitcoin, you decide to have Bitcoin, you're agreeing to play with Bitcoin's rules.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never been full self-sovereignty. It's self-sovereignty compared to
it's sovereignty with a sense of community.
Yeah.
And this is the type of like conversations that really gets me going about this like technology, because this is stuff that's like actually like gets us to the roots of what money should be, how we should interact with one another as a species, and really try to solve problems.
Yeah, it's also like I wouldn't make it that you have only like 24 hours to do this or one day. Like this would have to be at least like if they're giving deadlines that supercomputer.
By 2029, quantum.
By 2029, then you'll be like, all right, we have until 2028.
So essentially, phase A. Yeah. So phase A would be implemented like almost immediately.
Yes.
And then phase B is 2029. Done. Boom.
Not just that, because you also would need to give time to have new wallets that are quantum resistant to be placed and given, because that's also like the shit. The sad part of this game is that we're reliant on these other companies who create these things, or to make them that create these physical wallets, to be able to keep up with the speed of this, which is also difficult.
Yeah. So
like bare minimum, you would have to do phase A.
bare minimum, I think phase A is a fairly reasonable proposal. I think that's a reasonable proposal. That to me does not. I don't have any gripe with that one in particular. Phase B, that's where it gets a little. That's where it gets really.
Because phase B is the full freeze of everything.
Full freeze. And then it's
honestly, you can just keep it at phase A.
I think phase A is a fair start. Like where we're at right now, I think phase A is very reasonable.
You can also just keep it at phase A. It doesn't need to go above it.
Well, you definitely need to go above it.
Why?
Because if phase B never takes effect, and quantum vulnerable wallets do get attacked, then a vast majority of Bitcoin that is no longer in circulation is going to be introduced into the market again.
No, it can't.
It will.
No, because phase A is
phase A.
Give me a sec. This is phase A. This is from what you explained to what I understood. This is my wallet, right?
Resistant or vulnerable?
Vulnerable. This is my wallet that's vulnerable. This is what I currently have. Phase A is implemented. I am no longer able to receive anything or send out to another vulnerable wallet.
No, just receive.
But you said it was the opposite too, though.
No. That's phase B.
Okay. You the way you said it was phase A is both of them.
No, so phase A is you as a vulnerable wallet can only send.
Okay, the way I felt like you explained it was phase A is you cannot send or receive.
No, you could only send.
So what's okay? Then it should be okay. Then it's A and B. Okay, simple. A and B, minimum, both of them. That should be one.
But then once you freeze everything that's vulnerable, freeze it. Period. Then done deal. Like.
Okay, so this is where I think this is where I'm okay. So I see our miscommunication here. I'm not saying we should freeze anything. I'm saying it should be A and B. You can only send and receive to non-vulnerable.
Send and receive to non-vulnerable.
It's
okay,
not
so what are the vulnerable wallets going to be able to do?
Only send to non-vulnerable. What you want?
Okay. But that there's an issue there.
What's the issue?
That's a vulnerable wallet. That's your wallet, right? If that's a vulnerable wallet, the assumption is I have a quantum computer and I move funds out of your wallet into my wallet.
To a vulnerable wallet.
To a non-vulnerable wallet.
You can't.
I can. Non-vulnerable.
We just said, okay. Non-vulnerable, meaning... Okay, I saw your issue. I just cleared it. Okay, I got misconstrued. So you're saying the quantum computer is going to send it to a non-vulnerable wallet?
Yes. Yours is vulnerable.
After I hack my vulnerable wallet.
Correct.
I see.
Yeah.
Name it. All right, then you're fucked. Then we're screwed. Name of the game. Doom it. Frozen.
Yeah. So there's a tweak to the proposal that's being introduced also.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the tweak is have a bounty. Instead of freezing the wallets, so like the total freeze. So phase B. Phase A means you could send money out from a vulnerable wallet, send it out so you could secure it onto a safe wallet. Phase B is you did not send it out in time. Now we believe that there are quantum computers out there that are hacking wallets. We're going to freeze all the vulnerable wallets just to protect all the owners. Because they're still technically the owner, but you just can't move it. So the tweak to this proposal is instead of just freezing all the wallets on a certain date. It's let's have a bounty. Let's pay someone a portion of Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, whatever it may be, for proof that they can now actually compromise a vulnerable wallet. So instead of like having a hard date that's like, let's say December 2027, instead of saying, oh, on December 2027, all the vulnerable wallets are going to be frozen, we're going to have a bounty. If you have a quantum computer, prove to us that you can do this attack, and we'll pay out X amount of Bitcoin, and then we're going to freeze all the wallets to prevent the freeze of all the wallets.
I think
to delay it.
I see exactly. I get it, but it's one of those things like, why would I do that if I'm the criminal? It's like, why would I do that if I know I could get so much more if I don't do that?
And that is the other debate for this new tweak. It's like,
dude,
sure, you're taking on a little bit more risk though. Because why would I do that?
Bro, I think it's what I said. Name of the game, you lose it.
That's how it is. Now, I think it makes sense. I think it'd be okay if the wallet that's being used is Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet.
But we don't have access to it.
No, but the quantum computer would. Make that one the bounty.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just, my pushback to that is like, if we're thinking as individuals, but nations could be like, why would I prove it if I could just take it?
All of it secretly, slowly and surely.
Exactly.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the reason why I say Satoshi's. Because Satoshi's is the biggest wallet out there. You take that and you immediately become the number one Bitcoin holder. Yep. Sure, you could start doing it little by little on the small tiny fries out there, and like start getting some little gems and all, like whatever. But if they catch on to you, then a freeze gets put on all the wallets anyways, and then you just lost the biggest fish in the ocean. So like, game theory is like you got to play your risk a little bit now.
But wouldn't game theory suggest that's still the outcome if you're rewarded Satoshi's wallet anyways?
So you rewarded the Satoshi's wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you could still potentially win Satoshi's wallet?
No, what I'm saying is you win the bounty, right? Which is Satoshi's wallet in your example. They get all that Bitcoin.
Then a freeze applies.
A freeze gets applies. They had the same rights we do to move it out of wherever it is to a...
No, that's it. It's done. The complete freeze.
But they have had to... Okay, this is what I'm saying, though. For the freeze occurs, that whatever was received from Satoshi's wallet would have had to have gone to a resistant wallet.
Correct.
Right? So that Bitcoin is still in the market.
It's introduced in the market now. Correct.
Exactly. So the risk...
But it's bad for the immediate price of Bitcoin. Yes. But the more important thing is that the owners of the Bitcoin get to maintain their Bitcoin.
Yeah, but the price shock would be so large, you still lose everything. So the pushback here, which is
then this is
the same fear with Sailor.
This
the
is
same fear of MicroStrategy waking up one going and saying we're selling it all. Like that would.
But you see, here's the reason why Sailor. This. The thing is, you need the Sailor mentality in this, or not really the Sailor mentality. You need a Bitcoiner's mentality.
Yeah, but the person who's doing it doesn't have to be a Bitcoiner necessarily.
I know. That is the reality of it. But I'm going full Bitcoin maxi right now. And I gotta say, the exit strategy is Bitcoin. You don't want the dollars at the end of the day. You want the Bitcoin because the Bitcoin is what's going to keep on going up in value over time. Sure, it'll take a loss. It'll take a hit. It's like a recession, which happens in
recession. Maybe
that's a hard maybe because you just passed one of the most difficult hurdles, which is quantum. It's literally one of the 3 things that could end Bitcoin, and you just passed one of them.
You didn't pass it though. You unleashed the biggest supply of Bitcoin ever.
But you prevented the attack of everyone's confidentiality or like integrity.
Yeah, dude. But I think this is one of those things of this only applies to the Bitcoiners who live their life as regular humans and not.
Yes, what you're saying applies to non-Bitcoin maxis, correct? Which is the majority of people. Which is 99% of people who own Bitcoin.
Yeah, and those 99% of people give the faith that Bitcoin is what it is, to a degree.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
so,
I can't argue that one.
I'm going with the one of you don't do it before a certain date, you get screwed. It's like if you lose your keys. The highest risk here is you lose it all. Why should it change?
Yep.
Because mind you, even if we do what you said, you're still losing it all for a period of time.
Not really, though. Because you still have the Bitcoin.
Yeah, Alex, that Bitcoin doesn't feed the family if that's what you do.
That is correct. That is correct. That is. I can't argue that.
Listen, I think a price shock of that magnitude of, what is it, 1.5 million Bitcoin? Is it something like that?
I don't remember. It's a really high. But yeah, that sounds about right. If I'm being honest. It's loading.
1.1 billion.
107 Bitcoin. Is that what it is? No, that's not correct.
Satoshi Nakamoto is estimated to hold approximately 1.1 million Bitcoin distributed across 22,000 addresses. Bro, that's insane.
How much does that translate to Bitcoin?
What?
Like how many Bitcoin?
1.1 million.
1.1 million Bitcoin. Okay. I thought you said billion, and I was just translating that to dollars.
No. Yeah, 1.1. Freeze this shit, dog. You gotta freeze this shit, and it is what it is. I'll be the first one buying the new wallets.
Yeah, so that's like the debate. That's like
I can see the debate,
the
right?
deal.
Like I can see why you don't want to do either option. I am the person of like we already play with the highest risk, so the risk doesn't change.
It's like
still lose it all.
It's still lose it all type mentality. Yep.
Right. It's still lose it all. The only difference is one is lose it all with 100% of my responsibility. The other one is it's still your responsibility, bro. You hold Bitcoin. You got to be on top of this shit. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Could you imagine Bitcoiners running an office and having these debates?
Oh, dude.
Like, imagine instead of like Democrats and Republicans, we have Bitcoin maxis, we have altcoiners, we have meme coiners. What's the other one? I lost them. I have
shitcoiners.
Those two. It was going to be someone else that are not coiners.
Degenerates.
No, dude, I forgot what this is called. NFTs.
Okay.
You have the NFT. Could you imagine all those people? Like that's our representative in Congress. One of them is, we'll put like ones are the maxis right now. The ones are the like cryptos is the left.
Well, really, once government officials get replaced by code, it would be decentralized autonomous organizations. But you see,
Why
that's
would they be decentralized.
because that's how crypto are. That's what crypto is.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it would be centralized because all the power for the autonomous code would be coming from the U.S. to run its own government.
Yeah, but the U.S. government is in a sense decentralized also, to a degree. That's why we have like local governments, state governments. That's like the decentralization aspect of it, but it still has a very heavy centralized authoritarian federal government, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just need to get rid of the federal government is what it is. I guess I'm not allowed to go to DC anymore.
Bro, do you think those people care about what we had to say?
That's what I've been saying.
We're gonna get more smoke for Harry Potter than anything else.
Yeah. Oh man, this topic right here, great topic.
I still think it's. I mean, play with the highest risk.
That is true.
Whatever.
So, move on to the next story, or call it a day, and I say this one for next time because it will still be relevant. If anything,
Whatever
we
you
might.
want to do.
Okay. I'll cover it.
All right.
It'll be fast. I'll keep it short and brief.
That's what she said.
That's what he said.
I mean, sure.
Isn't it? Whatever. Anyways, there. I'll save it for next one because I feel like yeah, we just covered a meaty topic, and this is also another meaty one, also Bitcoin related. Might as well just save it just so that give the people a break.
You want me to throw a wrench in this before
Sure.
we end?
Sure, go for it.
The companies that are gonna get paid for the tariffs are also earning interest on that money.
Shut up. That's wild.
That's it. I'm done here. I'm out. But
All right, guys. If you guys like this episode, drop us a like. Hit us up with a comment.
Get some comments. Todd, he's beautiful like always.
Share it with a friend. You know what to do. Smash the subscribe button.
Smash the like button like it's your grandma.
Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in.
It's been another week.
Of your favorite crypto podcast,
Sometimes crypto.
The Unscripted.
Crypto podcast.
Heyo.
Hey yo.